Hi everyone. I hope you are having an enjoyable, relaxing Memorial Day. And I hesitate to say Happy Memorial Day because I think it's a very serious day of remembrance for us as we give thanks and remember those who paid the ultimate price for our freedom. So, um, it is Monday, which is a little odd for me not to be working and it to be a Monday, but it's a holiday. That's nice. So that means it's Facebook Live Day. And I have, I mentioned that I needed 4 squares of toilet paper to do this technique. And, hey, is the crisis over? Can we afford to spare 4 squares to do that? And so I'm going to show you a technique using toilet tissue. Although that's not the only type of product that you could use. You could also use paper towels or Kleenex, something along those lines and achieve the same effect. But I was intrigued when I saw this technique earlier and thought, I actually have some cards like what she had made. Terry, I don't actually, she's from the UK and I'm not exactly sure how you say her last name. If it's Pocock. So it's her card that we are casing today. And I'm actually casing it exactly the way that she made it. That's not uncommon for me. The first time I tend to follow the rules. I want to do exactly what the person has done before me, or as close to it as I can determine, because you don't always have instructions. But I want to duplicate what was done before I venture too far away from that pattern, if you will. So, so for this card that we're going to make today, my sample is the same as what she did, same instructions, and then I have some other things that I will show you that I've been working on. It is time. The Stampin' Up! Year is wrapping up. So it is time to start thinking about my buy one, get one sale and moving out the retiring products and moving new products in. I showed you a few of the new products that I had received. Hey Kirby, sure hope that you're feeling better. So I've shown you some of the new products that I have received, and I have a few others that I haven't shared with you. I've had an opportunity to play with just a few of them, but I have quite a few of retiring products that I still want to spotlight until June 3rd, well, through June 2nd. So I hope to be doing more Facebook Lives early in the morning. That's probably the easiest time for me to get on and do a quick video with some of those products. So you can be thinking about that when you wake up, because hopefully you're not getting up as early as I am to do that, you'll have something to wake up to and watch and be entertained, maybe learn something. You just never know. So let me go ahead and switch to the other camera. And I'll throw myself over there. I'll get these out of the way. I do want to show those because I do have a few spots. So this Saturday is May the 30th, and I do have a class on May the 30th. And we will be making masculine birthday cards. And I've shown you those cards before. So here are the 4 cards that we're going to be making. These 4 cards. And I'm using the Clubhouse suite. So, but they're not necessarily all golf. I mean, these 2 are, but the other side of the paper is not. See, like you can see this plaid. So you don't have to go with a golf theme to take the supplies I'm including and make masculine birthday cards. So I've got a couple more that I'm going to show you today before we end, but it's the toilet paper technique that I really wanted to show. So I'm just going to pop over to the iPad and make sure that I am broadcasting where I think I am and that you are seeing what I think you are seeing. So it looks like we're good there, that you're seeing my hands here. I do have a new host code that I've posted, TZP, ZZP, QQ. So you got to wonder, they're limited to letters, so I got a bunch of multiples there. This is the card that we're going to make today, and This features the, darn it, it is called, so it is Woven Heirlooms is this stamp set here, Very Versailles here, Pool Party and Crumb Cake are the colors that we're working with, as long as Very Vanilla. This embossing is using the embossing folder from the Parisian suite, and I believe that the Parisian suite is retiring. I want to check on that Woven Heirlooms and make sure. Let me just come over here so you're not looking inside my catalog, because that's a big no-no. Woven Heirlooms is carrying over. This is carrying over, but the Parisian embossing, let me just check on that too, because I believe it is, no, good, it's staying. Sweet. All right, I'm glad I checked, because I would not want to give you false information. Okay, so what did I do here? So I've got a Pool Party base. So this is 4 1/4 by 11. And then I have a Crumb Cake layer. That is 5 1/4 by 4. Then I have a Pool Party band that is, it is 2 by 5 1/8. And then I have a Very Vanilla piece that is 1 3/4 by 5 1/8. And then I have an oval cut from Crumb Cake using the layering ovals, and an oval cut from Very Vanilla using the stitched shapes, right? And then I have a piece of Very Vanilla for the inside that we're going to stamp on as well. But what is this piece? This is actually the toilet paper. So let's do that first, and then we'll come back and do the stamping. So move that over there. All right, so I have a piece of 4 squares of toilet paper, and it's roughly 16 inches long. And I'm just going to fold that into thirds to give me a 3 layers deep of to be on top of that crumb cake. So it takes a minute to get it figured out, and of course, you know, it doesn't have to be exact. We are going to trim this a little bit after it's finished. All right, that's pretty good. Okay, so, and I'm going to put my silicone mat underneath it, and then I'm just going to lightly spritz it with water. And the first spritzer I found is this little glass bottle. So you don't want this to be saturated. You just want it to be damp. Okay, then I'm going to get my, so here's my embossing folder, and I'm just going to put this damp layering in here. And this particular embossing folder has kind of a centered design. So it's roughly centered. It's really not going to show on this particular card, so that's okay. Now, let me run this through my die cutting machine. As you know, Stampin' Up! Doesn't have a die cut and embossing machine in the current catalog. We do have one coming in the new catalog, which will be available on June the 3rd. But I don't believe that the machine is going to be available just then. I think it's going to be a little bit longer. So how about this? Is that not the coolest thing? So yeah, but it's still really soft and pliable, and it's damp. I really can't do anything else with this while it's damp. But the cool thing is is that this is a really deep embossing, right? And my paper, being that it's tissue and it's damp, it took the embossing without cracking and splitting like you might see in some of the other in some of the other cardstock. So that's pretty cool. I have one that I've already done, so that means yes, 4, 4, and 4 on my sample. Yes, I have used a few squares of toilet paper today. But this one I did earlier, so it's already dry. I can set this one aside. Thank you, Kirby. So what we'll do to this piece is kind of antique it a little bit, right? So we'll do a little bit of sponging, and then we'll trim it down, and we'll do a little bit more sponging. And I wonder, you know what? Let's go ahead and do the stamping first, and that way we can trim it before we sponge. So here is the inside of our card. And it's going to open like this. And I am using Very Versailles, which I'm very pleased is carrying over. It's a lovely stamp. Just really, really pretty. We used this several weeks ago in a Facebook Live as well. This is a pretty large stamp, so I'm going to get out my E-block for it. And I need an E-block for that vine, although an I would probably do too. Actually, I've got an E right here, if I were only paying attention. So I have 2 E-blocks right here. Now, so what else is going on in my schedule for classes? So Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, Hope and I teamed up and held a retreat, and we used the Bird Ballad Designer Series paper and the Band Together bundle. Could I use the Stamparatus? Yes, absolutely use the Stamparatus, Kirby. That's a great one for anytime you've got one of these larger stamps and you don't have a large block. Even if you don't have to line it up, the Stamparatus is a great way to go. So yes, absolutely use your Stamparatus for this. So I'm going to use Pool Party ink and Crumb Cake ink. Now, I recently inked these up, so they are really, really inky. So mine may be a little darker than yours. And that's okay. I'm not pressing down really hard, just kind of lightly. Okay. So we just finished this retreat, and it was beautiful. We made, there was a sampler, there was my make and take block that was bags and boxes. It was a lot of fun. We did Zooms, we had Facebook Live, so there were tutorials and just a super nice weekend of stamping. All right, so I'm going to do all the pool party at once. Then this coming weekend on the 30th is the masculine birthday cards. And then the next weekend, so the catalog goes live on June the 3rd. And I will plan to do my buy one, get one sale on that Saturday. Started on that Saturday. Now, how the heck does that work? Well, as a demonstrator running a business, I don't use retired product in my business. So once my stamp sets retire, I generally sell them. And I do them in a buy one, get one sale so that you can come and shop the retired product and maybe you pick out $40 in retired product that you're interested in. Well, then you're going to take the new catalog and pick out an equal amount, so $40 in this example. Hello, Joyce. That you're going to purchase from me from the new catalog. And you'll pay the $40 plus tax and shipping and tax on that. But you'll receive $80 in product. So you'll have 40 retired and 40 new. So it's a great win for both of us. Takes a little bit of work to get set up, so bear with me. But I'm thinking that June the 6th is when we'll do that, and it will likely be a virtual that I will have photos that I post, and people will comment on the ones that they want. So that's June the 6th. Then I hinted a while back that I had a weekend marathon, Christmas marathon planned. So I'm planning that for June. And it is a marathon of products that require no stamping, but you're going to make cards and a sampler. Lots of cards, lots and lots of cards and a sampler. And because I was able to get those products on clearance, it's very reasonably priced. So there's more to come about that, but we will have like the retreat we just did, we will have a Facebook group and Zoom opportunities to share all our creativity. Yeah, so Kirby, I think so too. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about it. I've been excited about it since I first got all that product. So I'm just stamping in crumb cake on top of the pool party. And it looks really dark. When it's wet, it does dry lighter. It's not going to be super light because, like I said, I've got freshly inked ink pads for one. Well, that's actually the biggest reason. It's because mine are still so inky. But I like this combination of pool party and crumb cake. I think that's really pretty. That's kind of what our bedroom looks like. All right, so let's clean those up. And I'm just using a chamois to clean up my stamps. So I just keep this wet with water, and then I keep them in a stamp case. I have one that's cut up into 4 pieces because when you're working with a Stamparatus, that is so handy to just pull out a small piece, clean it off of your Stamparatus plate. All right, so that is the end of what we need from the Very Versailles, unless we did our envelope, which, something to think about. Okay, I'm going to leave it out, and you guys are going to help me remember that I want to take a look at doing the envelope. Okay, so there's the inside, and this piece for the outside. We need to stamp our sentiment here. And so for that, I'm going to go to Web and Heirlooms. So now, if I'm really on my game, this is going to look a lot different in the near future. Typically, what I keep behind me are the stamp sets that I am working with a great deal. So this will be stamp sets, new stamp sets from the new catalog, and then some of the ones that are carrying over that they need some love. And I'll go ahead and tell you that By the Dock is going to be back there. I'm going to be using it a lot. Garage Gears, that might be retiring this catalog. I don't remember. But I have a project for my husband for Father's Day with that stamp set and some of the original paper that I hoarded. And then I saw a sampler with one of the new stamp sets that is so, so pretty. So super excited for all of that. Super sad to see some of my favorites go away. Bonanza Buddies, still playing with it, guys. I cannot tell you how much I think you need to buy the Bonanza Buddies stamp set. If the dies, if you don't want to get the dies, okay, you can fussy cut what you need to cut, but the stamp set is awesome. And actually, there's some extra pieces with that die that you may want. Check out me getting my exercise too, stepping up and down on this little step over here. Step. So actually, yes, I am on an aerobics step because my desk is too tall for me. Kirby, it's made for you. And it's open on the other end, so you can just come over and stamp right over there. All right, so that's our stamping pieces. Let's layer some of these up so that we can see how big we need to trim that piece down to. So I am just using some multi-purpose glue to layer these guys up. And then after this video, I'm going to leave my craft room and go outside and sit on the swing. And I've got a book on my Kindle that I have been reading forever. Sue Grafton. Does anybody read Sue Grafton? She passed away within the last few years, but she had a series that she wrote. The main character was named Kinsey Milhone. She was a private investigator in California. And there was A for alibi, and B for burglar, C for corpse. I'm totally just going off the top of my head there. That may not be what they actually were. But I'm on W for something. And I thought, well, I think I'll read this afternoon for a little while. And then I've got a paper pumpkin to put together later on. We're going to grill out and have a lovely evening with the family. All right, so I did not glue this one down just yet. Oh, yay, Kirby, you know her too. Okay, so here is our piece, and you can see that it's quite a bit bigger than the crumb cake. Right? And the crumb cake is meant to be the larger layer. So we're going to cut this down, a 1/4 inch at a time or so. And I'm going to pull out my little mini trimmer for this. The guillotine trimmer might be easier for this. Yeah, Joyce, I think so too. Okay, so there's 1/4 off of that side. And let's take, so that crumb cake layer is going to be 4 inches wide. So let's see. So right now, they're about the same size widthwise. And let's see, how big are they? Yeah, so I'll take 1/4, roughly 1/4. I'm not measuring on this side. Oh, looks like that must be where my seam is. That's kind of funny. And we can just trim that off. All right, let's see how we like that. So pretty much they are the same size, side to side and top to bottom. So let's just take I saw that my daughter posted a photo of Hazel this morning in a beach hat from at least a year ago. They're going to come over and grill out with us. So it should be nice. We'll sit outside. Enjoy some family time. Harden came in a few minutes ago and got some tape. I wonder what he's up to. All right, that looks pretty good. Throw all those extra pieces away. Put that down there. Now, let's, antique this a little bit. This is not my strong suit. So I do not work especially well with a sponge. But I do want to, I want to grab some of this detail and make this look a little vintage. So I've got a sponge wedge. Our sponges are sold in circles, and then we just cut them into wedges to use. And I'm just gonna grab some color, dab it off, and then, oh gosh, I did not dab enough off. So what are y'all doing? I imagine my friend Pam is probably out on her boat today with her family. We do have a chance of rain, but maybe they're able to get out for a little while. They have been busy. This was new to me, Kirby, too. Now the sponging on top of what you've die cut or embossed, yeah, I've done that before. But this whole soft tissue aspect, that's really new. Okay, now I want to do a little bit on the edges. So Kirby, now you have to ask yourself, can you spare 4 squares? But it is cool in that it's so soft. And now that I've done it this way, I kind of want to take the tissue paper like that comes with Paper Pumpkin, or that you put in, gift bags and stuff, and see, get some color that way too. So I'm thinking there's more of this in my future. So pretty antique-y looking, huh? And glue probably works better than the tape runner on this because the tape runner might pull that soft tissue. This is toilet paper, Joyce, that I had a 16-inch piece of 4 squares of toilet paper, and I folded a third over and I folded a third over. So I had 3 layers of tissue. I spritzed it with water, and then I ran it through the embossed die cut and embossing. It was 4 squares. But 3 layers. But I'm thinking, yes, the glue versus the tape runner, because the tape runner might pull your toilet paper and tear it. All right, now we can put this down on the card. Just decide which side is up. Now, of course, you could make it however many layers you want to. But what do y'all think? Do you think that tissue paper that, was in gift bags and stuff or in our Paper Pumpkin? We might have to just try that real fast. I've got a Paper Pumpkin behind me that is still in the box. Um, let's see how long we're going. So, all right. Then now this, had a lot of layers to it. So I did not put anything on dimensionals. You're right, Kirby. No harm in trying. And I'm only putting one side just because that's going to be a little thicker. Joyce is busy thinking. So there you go. How cool is that? And like I said, I cased that, really did exactly what Terry did on hers. Yep, it was new. I don't even know how I stumbled across it, except that I just did. So I did that. So what I've also done today, so I told you, birthday bonanza or bonanza buddies, and then this golf clubhouse suite have been big. So this card doesn't even have stamping. Isn't that striking? And wouldn't have to be golf. You could take the paper from the clubhouse suite. This is cut from the paper. This is cut from that paper. Thank you, Kirby. Yes, the envelope. So you could use any greeting and turn this into something entirely different. And I've got a gray piece to put on the inside. Here it is, to stamp and do. And then this I copied from Erica Serwin. So don't want to leave off our female golfers. Had a card for them too. So same paper, right? Cool. All right. So I will show in the class on the 30th. I will have lots of examples of both of birthday cards using that suite. Okay, let me find see if I've got a very vanilla envelope to use. So far, no. No, all I can find is Whisper White. So Whisper White it is. So let's pull this back out and this one. So we could do a couple of things. We could do something across the back here, but I kind of see just stamping the words and it's just an envelope. Let's give it a try. So pool party. And then crumb cake. I'm actually just gonna, I'm not gonna ink up the whole stamp. So see, I've just inked up part of it. So it might have been better if I had come all the way across, but I think that's fine. If I hadn't tried to mask, I could have just let it run off. That would be fine. And since I have another envelope right here and I have 2 cards, I'm just going to do it too. Set that there, grab the pool party again. I didn't want to go up too high and block the return address. Okay. I think I hear thunder. Okay. So now when we come, yeah, that's much prettier. So now we're all set with 2 sympathy cards. It's part of card making, isn't it? And now I need to make 2 sympathy cards for some friends that have recently lost their pets. So I've got two people that lost cats. So I'm going to make later. I'm going to get back on and I'm going to make cat sympathy, or sorry for the loss of your pet, using the cat. So, so whatever your plans are for the rest of the day, I hope that you enjoy them, that you have a very blessed day, and look for me to be online early in the morning for the next week or so, and maybe that's something that can continue. I don't know. I don't know how much energy I really have, but I think it's going to be easier in the morning sometimes than in the evening. But I'm getting ready for that new catalog, for the BOGO sale, for that Christmas marathon in June, the Manly birthday cards is next Saturday, and I do have a little more room. So if you haven't RSVP'd and you're interested in that, the class is $30, and you're going to receive $20 in product and enough supplies to make 8 cards. There are 4 designs. You'll make 2 of each. And then these other designs that I have made and that I'm continuing to make, I will share those. You just won't have supplies to make them on your own, but you'll have extra product from your goodie bag that you can use to continue on making cards, and I sure hope that you will. So everyone, have a very blessed day. Be safe. Bye-bye.